In from a nightmare. They rushed outside. Nothing. But on the ground, around the tent. Footprints. Clear as day. A perfect closed circle around the tent. No tracks leading in or out. No footprints from anywhere else. Just a lone ring, steadily made by someone who had walked all night, circling their sleeping spot. 07:15 a.m. Hong stood frozen, staring at the strange footprints etched around the camp. Not a single print led in or out, as if whoever had walked there had appeared from thin air and vanished into nothingness. Lin trembled, gripping Mai's arm tightly. Can anyone explain this? I don't know. But I do know I want to leave here right now, Khan said, his eyes sunken and dark. Tang was different. Though pale and sleepless, he tried to sound confident. Maybe someone's just playing a prank on us. Or maybe we're imagining things, getting paranoid. And those footprints could be our own from wandering around last night. Hong said nothing. He crouched down and compared the prints to Tang's shoes. They didn't match. Those footprints had no shoe patterns, no heel. They looked like bare feet. Thin, long, as if the skin was gone. The group fell silent. Finally, Hong said, I have to go back to the village. I want to see Mr. Cao. 10 a.m. Fukui Village. The small village appeared in the mist. Wooden houses stood close together on the hillside, covered in moss and weathered by time. The villagers moved about sparsely, eyes fixed on the city kids as if they didn't belong. Hong asked an old woman sitting peeling tobacco leaves on her porch. Excuse me, ma'am. As they walked, Mai whispered. Everyone here looks at us strangely. Because we shouldn't be up there. I'm starting to believe what Mr. Cao said. Khan replied quietly. 10:30 a.m., Mr. Cao's house. The house perched precariously on the hillside, with a dilapidated thatched roof. In the front yard stood a half-alive, half-dead old Bodhi tree. The wind here seemed different. It didn't whistle but sighed. Hong knocked. After a while, slow footsteps echoed. The door creaked open. An old man with white hair. Cloudy but deep eyes stared at them. Have you been to the Trey Geo field? No one answered, but the silence confirmed it all. Mr. Cao opened the door wider. Come in. You need to hear this story. 11 a.m., inside Mr. Cao's house. The house was dim and heavy with the scent of incense and with dust. Old black and white photos lay on the table, some torn and blurred. Mr. Cao poured tea, his hands trembling. Trey Geo used to be fertile land. People farmed rice, camped, lived there. But something happened in 1968 that the whole village never forgot. The group held their breath. There was a man named Tong from a neighboring village. He loved a girl said to have eaten blood, meaning she could call spirits, see things others couldn't. They loved each other deeply. But on their wedding day, she vanished. People searched everywhere, only finding her torn white wedding dress hanging on a tree branch in the Trey Geo field. Lin squeezed Mai's hand tightly. Mr. Tong refused to believe she was dead. He stayed there, in the field, waiting for 49 days. No food, no sleep. Every night, people saw him pacing around the small hut he built, eyes wide open like hypnotized. On the 49th night, someone saw him standing in the field, facing inside, mumbling something. Then he fell down dead, eyes open, mouth still moving. Tang swallowed hard. After that, anyone camping there would see a man standing, facing the hut at night. His face was never visible. And in the morning, the footprints circled the camp with no way in or out. Mr. Cao lowered his voice. That man is not a ghost, but a being trapped in the final moment of his life. Forever. Every time someone intrudes there, he wakes up. 1 p.m., back to the camp. We're leaving. Now, Hong said as the group returned to the meadow. But the camp was torn apart. The tents were shredded. Equipment scattered everywhere. The grass trampled in overlapping circles, as if someone had been walking endlessly around. Worse still, a trail of blood. A streak of blood stretched from the circle far into the tall reeds, then vanished. Mai stepped back. We have to call the police. Call what? There's no signal here. Tang pressed his phone. No network. No GPS. No way out. Suddenly the wind stopped. The air felt heavy as lead. And from afar, footsteps. Slow. Steady. Familiar. Clack, clack. Khan whispered. The circle is being redrawn. Run, Hong shouted. They all bolted into the dense reed forest, leaving the camp behind. But the reeds were tall and thick. The wind blew against them, closing the stalks like swallowing them whole. Clack, clack. The footsteps kept the same pace behind. My fell, blood seeping from a foot scraped on a sharp stone. Lynn helped her up, but at that moment, moonlight broke through the clouds, lighting a clearing. And there, a man stood, less than 10 meters away. His face was unseen, just a silhouette, standing still, facing inward. The wind did not move him. No shadow, no reflection. No one dared to breathe. I stammered. He isn't moving. Hong realized something worse. It's not that he doesn't move. It's that he only moves when we're not looking. A cold gust blew. The moon was covered by clouds. Darkness. And when the light returned a second later, he was closer. 1:45 a.m. The wind fell silent. The moonlight vanished. And when it flickered again, the man was standing right beside me. She let out a chilling scream as she saw the hollow, white eyes behind his tangled hair that covered most of his face. A damp, moldy smell mixed with the cold earth rose up. No one had time to react. The man bent down. From his throat came a whisper like the wind howling through a crevice in stone. The 49th night has returned. A long howl echoed across the field. 3:10 a.m., hidden deep in the reed thicket. Hong pulled the group into a hollow among the tall grass, forcing everyone to stay silent. Their hearts pounded wildly, as if about to burst. Where is my? Lynn asked, her lips turning blue. She was taken. I couldn't hold her. Khan choked up. Tang jumped up. I'm not sitting here waiting to die. I'm going back to find my. No. Hong grabbed his friend. Don't you get it? He's not human. The more you go back, the more he'll cling to you. This isn't about finding your friend anymore. It's about survival. Tang shoved Huang's hand away, glaring. So you choose to stay here and live with that guilt? Not me. Then Tang ran off alone. His footsteps disappeared into the wind. Only 3 were left. 5:05 a.m., the sky still dark. Hong rested his head on his knees, eyes swollen. No one slept. But they were all exhausted. They dared not speak, only breathing quietly when the wind blew, and holding their breath when it stopped. And then, the wind died again. Lin grabbed Huang's hand tightly. Do you hear that? A faint whistling. Not the wind. It was crying. From beyond the reed thicket came a familiar voice. Hong, help me. I'm so cold. No, Hong whispered, that can't be Mai. That's not her voice. Lin wept. Khan trembled. The voice sounds so much like her, but cold, like it's coming from the depths of the earth. The voice repeated, more desperate. I can't find a way out. I'm scared. I see him, he said. If I bring in one more person, I will be freed. The group understood. This was no Mai. It was a trap. Hong covered Lin's ears, staring blankly at the reed bushes. They said nothing. They didn't answer. And the voice turned into laughter. Cold, soft, stretching like a thread piercing their minds. Then everything fell silent. 6:30 a.m., the first light. The sun rose from the mountain. But strangely, the light did not reach the field. Everything remained dim, as if trapped in an ancient mist that refused to lift. Khan whispered, we have to get out of here, while we still can see the path. They stood, moving away from the camp. The wind blew steadily, and when it began to whistle, it meant he was near. 7:10 a.m., an abandoned wooden hut. In the middle of the field, they found an old hut, its wood rotted and wrapped in vines. The door was wide open, as if waiting. Let's hide here, just for a moment, Hong said. The 3 entered. Inside was dark, full of cobwebs. But strangely, the air was warm. On the table lay a metal box. Opening it, they found old papers with shaky handwriting. This is the 49th day. I don't know who I am anymore. I only remember her eyes. I waited, but she never returned. Another note. Something has taken my place. When night falls, it rises. It walks around the camp, but it's not me. The group fell silent. Khan suddenly realized. This is Mr. Tong's diary. At the bottom of the box was a broken shard of mirror. Lin picked it up, turned toward the door, and screamed. In the mirror, the man was standing right behind them. But when they turned around, no one was there. Only in the mirror did he exist. 8:20 a.m., back to the camp. Finally, they decided to return to the camp. The only way out was to burn it down. The camp was completely destroyed, but the ring of footprints remained, deeply imprinted around the empty ground. Hong poured gasoline from a spare can. Lin struck a match. The flames flared wildly. But at that moment, a strong wind whipped up, swirling around the fire. From the flames, a figure emerged, blackened, but with eyes glowing stark white. It was him. Hong stepped back, grabbing the shard of mirror. He raised it, and in the reflection, the true face appeared. It was Tang. His lips moved. I've seen it. I've seen the past. I am him. He is me. Lin and Khan froze. They understood. Every time someone is pulled in, a part of them replaces the man. A cycle. No escape. 09:00 a.m., Khan disappears. Upon turning around, Hong noticed. Khan was no longer beside them. Lin screamed for her friend, but all they found were new footprints circling the camp, adding one more ring on top of the old. No beginning, no end. Hong understood. The next person had been chosen. 10:40 a.m., Forest Gate. After nearly 10 hours, Hong and Lin escaped the field. Ahead was a dirt road leading back to the village. They said nothing, just walked. The sunlight shone down, but could not warm their souls. 11:45 a.m., Mr. Sao's house. The old man sat on the porch, as if he knew they would return. You too escaped. Hong nodded, his face pale. But that man is Tang, or Tang has become him. As for my and Khan. Mr. Sao closed his eyes, speaking solemnly. Those who see him are called by the wind. Those called no longer belong to this world. Lin asked, So, will we be called? Mr. Sao did not answer. He just gazed toward the distant field. After a moment, he spoke softly, like the breeze. If one night you hear a voice calling you back to the field, don't answer. Because if you turn around, you will no longer be yourself. 1 week later, the city. Hong lay in his room, lights off. He dared not sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw that man standing in the wind, staring at him through the crack of the door. Lin could not return home. She stayed in a mental health center, speaking to no one anymore. Every day, she drew only one picture. A man, standing in the field, facing inward. 1 year later, local newspaper reports. 2 more young city dwellers missing after camping on the wild plateau of Fuyan. Police found only a torn tent and footprints circling the area. Locals mention the old name again. The wind camp,